the topic I'm talking about is one that's really mostly been studied by health services researchers and health economists, but we're political scientists and trying to bring a different lens. And what really motivated our attention in the first place was this remarkable study in 2002 published in New England Journal of Medicine that found that a common surgical procedure, arthroscopy for osteoarthritis of the knee, worked no better than an operation in which the surgeon merely pretended to operate. It raised many questions about the performance of the American healthcare system. Some experts believe that less than half of all medical care in the United States is based on adequate scientific evidence about what really works best for patients. Many treatment options have never been compared head-to-head against alternatives. One reason is that there's no FDA for surgery. It does not necessarily look at FDA review, is A better than B, and it especially doesn't look at, is drug A better than surgery B? What are the political forces, in other words, that sustain an equilibrium that seems not to be promoting the diffuse public interest in having evidence-based information about what works best for patients? The single most important thing we find is that the public looks to doctors on these issues. The public does not trust government. The public does not trust pharmaceutical firms. The public does not trust health insurers. If I tell you leading doctors think this is a good idea, that will increase political support. Somewhat to our surprise, if we told people patient advocacy groups think this is a good idea, that had no impact. If we tell the public that top drug companies and government administrators think this is a good idea, support goes down. When we see medical society leaders basically playing an attack dog role against studies, we don't see any evidence that that behavior is inconsistent with the preferences of their members of their societies. Ordinary doctors are comfortable with having their leaders do that. Politicians didn't do very much in this area. There just wasn't a lot of effort around this, not a lot of entrepreneurship, not a lot of bill introduction to try to identify and eliminate wasteful, low-value services. When the Obama administration, kind of surprisingly, focused their attention on these issues as part of originally the stimulus bill and then the Affordable Care Act debate, then what happened was the issue became very politicized. Republicans accused the administration of rationing and interfering with the doctor-patient relationship. So first it was ignored, and then it got caught up in broader partisan politics. There can be a disjunction, in other words, between what is socially optimal and what is politically optimal for the would-be entrepreneur. It's harder and harder to depoliticize issues, even where there's expert consensus on like a scientific issue, even when it's not a value-based issue like gay marriage or redistribution. We're still seeing partisan disagreement. And because the incentives for disagreement are so sharp. Strategically, it would have been better to show the world this is not a democratic issue, right? We could have experts associated with both parties agree about this.